Hi. Few from my generation would have grown up without watching that bearded gentleman with a captivating smile on the world this week in the late 80s. This TV news program, anchored by the inimitable Prannoy used to be prescribed by my English teachers in Don Bosco School, Egmo, particularly to polish our diction. By God's grace, I ended up working for his channels, later heading the Tamil Nadu Bureau of NDTV 24/7 and editorially captaining NDTV Hindu. Cut to the summer of 1998. Although it was customary for every new recruit to be finally vetted and approved by the Roys, both Prannoy and Radhika, my appointment was signed off by the then General Manager Mr. KVL Narayan Rao, fondly called the gentle giant in the company, as they were busy with elections. But I was determined to meet the Roys, and so I travelled to Delhi after the elections and made an appointment through their trusted Lieutenant Hannah Isaac. As soon as I was ushered into Prannoy's cabin, that was at the far end of the newsroom, he smiled at me and, pointing to a plasma screen, he spontaneously remarked, "Hi Sanjay, I see you all the time on TV. I see you all the time on TV." I almost froze. This was coming from an icon who I grew up watching and admiring, like millions of others. That's not all. I heard that in the early years of NDTV, when a budding journalist reached the office for an interview, he heard his name being called out from the terrace, where Prannoy was fixing a leaky pipe, sleeves rolled up. He was fixing this from the overhead tank. "Give me a minute, I'll join you," he told the bewildered interviewee. Brothers and sisters, as the NDTV founder fights to keep his company, his baby, it's important to tell the world this week how Prannoy Roy and Radhika Roy have been role models, not bosses to their employees. This is perhaps one of the few organizations in the country where the correspondents, the editors, the camera persons, and even the drivers would sit together at the same table and have their lunch or dinner. One of the few organizations where salaries would be credited on the 31st of the previous month, or definitely the 1st of the month, and I've seen that in all my 14 and a half years. There was no sir or ma'am in the organization. It was just Prannoy or Radhika or Dr. Roy and Mrs. Roy for the juniors. Their middle names could be simplicity. So in my book, My NDTV Days, there's a chapter entitled Amazing Grace on my interaction with them. Brothers and sisters, the gospel today teaches us the value of humility. The higher you rise, the humbler we should become. In this entitled world with VVIP culture and the "do you know who I am" syndrome, it's a tall order, but that's a Christian trait that Jesus wants us to imbibe. And it comes with a promise. Those who humble themselves will be exalted, and those who exalt themselves will be humbled. As simple as that. Let go of ego, because it's not your position, it's your disposition that counts. Thank you for watching this 70th episode of The Word This Week. You're welcome to share this video.